What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one, and I just watched a show called The Last of Us Season 2, starring Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, the one and only, and Isabella Merced. I'm probably jacking her name the hell up. I probably am. And I'm sorry if I'm doing that. I just don't know how to, say that. First of all, there really is no first of all here. I mean, we know the controversy. We know everything already. If you're tuning in, you already know a lot more than you need to know through social media and the jokes and everything. You already know what's up. I'm still going to discuss that later on, sooner than you think probably. But I just don't need to get into that right now. I will say this. We all know that Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones also was supposed to be the first pick for Ellie, right? How would that have gone? That would have been interesting because the game still is the game. And so you have Maisie Williams, which she would go along. She would do it. And I don't think her lifestyle, I don't know if she
This is a little boy.
Along the lines of Bella Ramsey, if you get my point. I don't know if, they both are on the same wavelength like that. So, but that would have been very interesting to see. We might have got some better acting. Let's go to the first episode and let's talk. I'm going to explain the positives and the negatives of each episode so far, by the way. So let's talk about the first episode, Future Days.
In the future.
Yes. And the first positive within this episode the only positive, we're doing 1 and 2s. 1 and 1s. You get it. The intelligence. You knew it was coming. I mean, almost every zombie franchise has done it. Everyone, I think. All right, and now, of course, The Last of Us has their own intelligent zombies wrapped up in the storyline, right? And they are finally coming to, the light. And she goes in that one room, and the girl is making what kind of noises she's making behind the box. They're making weird ass noises. All right, and it lures her in. She's not expecting this. She says, "Come at me, bro." And the thing, it doesn't really initially come at her. It takes its time because it's smart as hell. Now, to me, that was, always like it when zombies go past just being zombies. I always like that because I'm tired of the usual zombie trope of they look like the things on Thriller and that's how slow they move, and they might as well start breaking out into dance with Michael Jackson and everything. That's all that there is to them. All right, now, give me more. I don't mind if a zombie talks. I think there was one series where the zombie actually talked. So, that's just one thing. And I liked it because they're also showing more of that as the show progresses or the season progresses down the line. Interesting. I have to say, very interesting. I want to see how far this is going to go. When is this gonna come into an actual like play where the stakes are high and they're going to use this to their advantage and someone's gonna pay for these intelligent zombies and their tactics? When is that actually gonna go down? I'm waiting. I can't wait. I'm serious. I can't actually wait because I like the intelligent zombie aspect of things in this show. I like it. My negative, what I don't like. Let's just get the elephant. Potato. Somebody said owl. I didn't say that. Somebody else said this. Don't quote me on that. I didn't say that. Out the room. Okay. Let's talk about this thing named Ellie. This problem, not this thing. This problem named Ellie. Everybody else might have their issues here and there and there. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. One issue they can't get mad at is, the style that Ellie lives. It's in the game. I didn't play the game. Y'all played the game. Y'all played this game knowing this is Ellie. That's what Ellie does. That's what Ellie's about. You still watch the show expecting, I don't know what you expected with that aspect of it. Now I understand. Okay. It goes a little too in detail. I'll get into that also with situations, but there's that. And then there's her looks. I don't care about that part. Yeah, it's weird because it does not look like the video game Ellie. Yes, Abby looks more like Ellie than Ellie. I agree. Closer to her. You could have picked that actress. And Macy Williams doesn't look anything like Ellie either. So that's why I also said it'd be interesting to see how that was going to go. But here we are. Here we are at the end of the day. Okay? This is what we're doing with our lives. We're looking at this and we're wondering, okay, where did we go wrong? What the problem is, what the real problem is. The acting is, some people are saying, oh, she's a great actress and, leave her alone, it's the annoyance.
No.
She's an annoying brat.
That's not the word I would use.
She never grew out of that. Her character never grew out of that. Now, I do like the fact that she's ready to get down. She's ready for the battle. I thank goodness she's ready for something. She ain't scared. She ain't the damsel. Okay, whatever, because she's the lead, one of the lead characters. Now she really is the lead. But other than that, man, that's the issue. It's the acting to me, and the fact that she doesn't look anything like the original Ellie. That's my issue. That's my personal issue. Nothing else. I don't really care about whatever y'all are saying. Whatever, man. We'll get into some other issues later on. But for her initially, directly, that's the case. That's the case. All right. Now let's talk about that next episode. Through the Valley.
Shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness.
That's right. That's right. The positives for this episode, or the positive singular, right? The GOT style that I didn't say no one likes, but I've heard some negative things about this battle. I'm like, what? This battle was great. It was exciting. It was really interesting. It was intense. Okay, we need more GOT style battles. Okay, I don't understand someone hating that. They're trying to copy GOT. Not really. Not really. Yeah, there was some things like on the bridge where they all throwing the barrels and all that. Yeah, that looks like some wall type stuff. But I don't care. As long as you don't do it too much to the T, too close to the other show type thing, I'm cool with it. Excuse me. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with that. Okay? Give me some excitement in the show. I'm not going to be against it at all. We need that. We don't need talk through the entire episode. I don't like that. When it's a show about zombies and creatures and monsters, we need to see the zombies, the creatures, and the monsters a lot with action. Okay, not talk all the time. All that damn talking. We don't need to hear all that. The battle was perfect. I liked it. The brother, he was down to his last straw. We didn't know what was going. Well, yeah, we all maybe you didn't know what was going to happen. The video gamers, but I was looking at it like, okay, how's he going to get out of this? This big Debo-sized zombie is got him cornered, and what is he gonna do? And that was crazy to watch. He got out of it. He got out of that. I like that scene. That was pretty cool. The brother's a G. He's a G. He's a gangster. Got it. All right. No matter what you say. Okay. Negative on this one. How was Abby that strong? you get what I'm trying to get at, right? And yeah, this has been mentioned before too. It's an obvious one. We know in the game she's like bulked up way more than what she is on the show. So how is it that her punches do that? Sorry. Do what they did in the show. There is no way. Now, I know it doesn't take a big person to hit hard. I mean, it's really in the knuckle. This is something I heard in high school. It's all about in the knuckle. When you punch, you gotta know how to punch. Right. If you punch in the right area, da-da-da-da-da. So maybe we're going off of that. But it just, I mean, for visual, it doesn't look believable. Okay? Now, she stuck that thing in his neck and it was over. That's one I can believe. She put him a force in there and she got the dude. She got him. Okay, but it's just a little weird. It's just a little. I feel like Joel gave up. Of course, he just gave up. He mentally gave up. He got shot in the leg. What are you gonna do? He's cornered. He could have fought his way out. He could have. But of course, they had Ellie in danger there. She was, being held under a gun. So what was she gonna do? I understand. But I don't know. I just feel like put a little more effort into him going out like that. It's just a situation where he gave up. Let's just say he gave up. All right. He completely gave up. Next episode. The Path.
My path is different too. My path, our path.
Yeah. The Path. Before I get into my opinion on it, my negative and whatever, The Path has to be probably one of the most boringest. I don't think boring is the word, but ride with me on this one. Worst episodes of this entire season yet. It is my prime example of blah 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 blah. Talk, and more talk. Okay. Yeah, it really is. I just, it's hard to get through that episode. I know it's just building up what's to come and what people think and the build up to the storm and stuff like that. But it's not an interesting build up at all. And with that even being said, let's talk about my negative about this episode. In that meeting, that woman said, we gave 16 of our best. Let's think about this. Because she was saying we can't bring out 16 of our best people to go and find the killers of Joel, right? And then we're over here and we're unprotected with our children and da. I understand that. Like, I most definitely understood that if y'all had just started this community. But you're within a community that has to be forever on alert of zombie attacks or renegades or raiders and stuff like that all the time. This is not a fun theme park that you're staying in. You're in a community where you have to be protected. Okay, so why are you not training everyone how to use a weapon? That only makes I don't care. I don't care who they are. I don't care how old. There are countries outside of America that their little children they already know how to get down. They already know how to get down with the what the youngsters call the switch. They already know how to get down with the switch, the strap, whatever. They know how to do all that. All right. Assemble a gun, reassemble a gun, disassemble a gun. They can do all that, and they're little kids. And I know that's not the greatest thing in the world, but we're talking about an apocalypse, a zombie apocalypse here. It doesn't matter at this point. Everybody needs to know how to do this. Everybody. And then more breeding. The grown-ups, of course, come on. Adults, have as many kids as you can. That's what they should be doing. That's what they've been doing this whole time. That's more for the army. Come on. But you're talking about 16 of your best, and I know a lot of people in that battle got killed. A lot. They took a lot of casualties. But still, I don't care how many are left. Everybody should have some skills to the point where they shouldn't even be scared about that situation being a thing. They should be prepared for everything. I'm sorry. That's just how I think of it. That's what it is. That's how it's gonna be. In my opinion. That's how it should be. Sorry. Yeah. Next episode. Day 1.
Underestimated from day one.
Yes. And for our first or our only positive, let me correct myself. Isaac's scene was insane. You know who I'm talking about. The character of the first character's episode that just really turned some heads here, man. They're in that van talking about this and that, and he corrects the guy on the voter situation. And, I knew something was going to bubble up there eventually with him breaking in the conversation and answering like that. Like he just couldn't stand the person talking. I couldn't either. He sounded like somewhat of an idiot. Nothing he said was funny. So I understand, bro. I understand. It's just somebody need to shut him up. But this man, he shut the entire van up. He shut the entire Jeep. Is that what it is? Army Jeep? The Army Jeep. That whole Jeep got shut up. As soon as he got out, threw the grenades in the Jeep. He was so nonchalant about that. It was chilling. that he was so careless about killing those people in that Jeep. I just didn't know what to say. I think I was speechless after that. Like, all I can say was, this is a badass scene. This is a badass scene. Much respect to whoever wrote that, whoever thought of that idea to have him do it like that. That was cold-blooded, bro. That was cold-blooded. He was just like, here, hey, here's some party favors, you guys. I mean, you're not gonna, you had a nice life. Here you go. And everybody got tore up, and he's waiting for the other guy to get smoked out so he can pop him on the ground real quick. Now, what could have happened is the guy that he spared, that he let out, he could have popped him while he was popping the other guy. But I guess he knew he wouldn't do it. Not at that point. Not at that point in his life of, his stages of being, turned to their side. He wasn't going to do it. And he knew it. And that was just that. I'm sorry. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. That is good writing. That's good writing. I don't care what you say. Think what you want to think about that scene. That was a good scene. Okay. And he, later on, the interrogation, well, I think we'll get into that later on. I'm not sure if that was the same episode. I'm not sure, but it's the same character. That character's crazy. That character's insane and scary as hell, man. That guy, he's an HBO legend. Boardwalk Empire. The other one, which I don't want to say the name, it just kind of fizzed out. But he does his thing. He does his thing. Negatives about this. The negative. This had a moment, or maybe several moments later on in this episode, that we just didn't have time for. We didn't have time for this. Now, I see that you got everything trapped off, and you finally explain why she couldn't die from the bite and blah blah blah. That was very intense. That's supposed to be very intense. But to be honest with you on that part, you've already showed it in the previews what was going to happen. So we already kind of guessed what was going to happen. And we know you're not going to let her go like you did Joel. We know you're not going to do it like that. We would hope you wouldn't. I mean, some people probably would, and then there'd be no show at all. But some of us want to just keep watching to see what the hell's going to happen. Let's just put it like that. What's going to happen? So we know we need her to continue. And so you're not going to let her go. And so we know that how that's going to end. We knew how that was going to end. Now, in reality, she would have got popped. There would be no Ellie. She wouldn't be able to explain a damn thing to her friend there. There'd have been, oh, wait, bye. Nothing. Darkness. Nobody's trying to hear that. Nobody trying to hear that. The explanation you got. Because you're just stalling in their brain. In reality. But that's besides the point. Some more things that wasted time. That really wasted time. The guitar playing. The random guitar playing. This is an ongoing thing. We'll talk about that later on. But what was the point of that? Are you trying to show that Bella Ramsey is talented? I'm not sure that's really her playing the guitar, but I mean, it's her singing, right? It says AI. No, it's her singing. Not saying she's got the greatest voice in the world, but she's got something there. She's got something there. So I really think just go ahead, quit acting, and pursue a musician life. Get an album out. Get some albums out, man. All right. No more acting. Maybe music is your thing. I'll give you that. It was, you got some little bit of talent there. All right. But during the show, during an apocalyptic era, you don't need to do that. We don't need to hear Aha, Take On Me, acoustic style in the middle of a zombie show. We don't really need to do that. Then there was the love scene The little love scene they had in there. Yeah. Okay. So, what are we doing with this? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? You know what? I don't mind. Whatever. I don't mind. Cool. But you got to think logical. At least have the zombies try to get in while they're doing it. That's all I'm saying. Last episode. Feel her love.
Oh, you can feel the love. Can you feel it?
+1. She killed her first mark. She finally got her first mark. Arya style, Game of Thrones style. She had the list. She got everybody she needs to get on there. Her Kill Bill list. She crossed off her first one. She beat the girl to death with a wrench or something metal. Just know it was something metal. She beat her to death, and she showed no contempt, no mercy for this woman. All right, loved that scene. She got what she deserved, and she tried to play her out with the, I feel for you because it must have been hard watching that, and she kind of stalled on that one. She stalled her on that one. She got her. Okay, she really got her.
Gotcha.
On that one. Shouldn't even listen to her, but she had time to run and all this crap. So she slipped a little bit. But when that end scene, that last scene, she went in. She went hammer time on her ass. All right, she really got her. She nailed her to the ground. Swing, swing, swing. Blam, 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 blam. Smash, smash, smash. And the coldness to it. She couldn't get hurt by that airborne virus. Just made it even more intimidating. Of you can't do nothing, you're dying, and this is standing over you. This crazy little person is standing over you in your last breath. Hey, that whole scene was incredible. I don't, you got to go for the little moments. Negatives. There goes that guitar again. She wants to play the guitar again. She didn't even finish the song this time. She couldn't even finish the damn song. All right. Why? Who asked for this? Who asked for the song again? It was an original song, I guess he was trying to do. It didn't scale out that well. All right. She didn't finish. Let me guess. She's going to finish it later on. We don't want to hear. We're not waiting for the rest of it. Go make your album. All right. Put it on Spotify. All right. And you'll be okay. And until 6 and 7 come out, that's all I have for now. We're going to see how this all wraps up and plays out. But until then, you better like, share,